And we're live, inshallah. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Mind Heist episode 110. What are you laughing at?
I don't know. I got a weird, I got like first time nerves. Almost like it's the first podcast we ever did. That was weird.
Okay. It's good. Keep it fresh.
Oh, good.
Keep it fresh. Yeah, bro. My last episode was annoying because I thought we were on a roll. I thought that could have been one of those 2-hour episodes.
Yeah, we were getting there. We get so much junk mail in our Mind Heist email address. Like every day, I'm getting weird sort of.
You're gonna hurt people's feelings, bro.
No, not from listeners. It's just people trying to sell us stuff, and it's clearly not. It's clearly just send to all as opposed to sending specifically to us. But
yeah,
I'm deleting that one.
Let me open it. You know what, bro? I was thinking that we could continue with that topic, but then I remembered, like, Ramadan is like in a few days.
Yeah. Let's prep.
Did you notice that it was Ramadan in a few days?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, man. When Ramadan come in, just have to make some changes, don't we? And I've noticed there's a lot of. I feel like people fall into a trap at the moment where it's like, I don't know why, but social media becomes even more used in Ramadan than it is out of Ramadan. And I think a lot of people want to do khair and a lot of people want to do good. But I'm realizing, like, this is no disrespect to anyone messaging me, but I'm getting a lot more messages now that I never get throughout the year. I don't really get these kind of messages throughout the year, but now it's like, reaching out, do a campaign with you or doing some sort of, and I'm completely opposite. Like, I want to use my phone less and I don't want to have these, I don't want to feel like I have a obligation to fulfill some sort of duty for people during Ramadan. I don't want to deal with anybody really in Ramadan. I feel like people may be trying to connect more because there's khair in that, but I'm more of the sort of leave me alone person in Ramadan. What about you? Do you feel that way, or do you feel like
yeah, 100%.
Really?
100%, man. Like, I think a few years ago I was more like that, kind of open to, how do I say it? Open to the socializing, the social aspect, not socializing because I've always like too isolated, but the social aspect. I remember like being on Twitter during Ramadan, and there was like a lot kind of going on, and there was interactions, and there was that time, like, for example, between Taraweeh and Fajr, where everyone was on Twitter, isn't it? Remember that?
Yeah.
And it's like it was a good feeling. It was nice. There was a kind of, there was some different vibe, if you like, more of a community vibe. Because everyone is living a more similar lifestyle, I guess, maybe. But now I'm just like, look, Ramadan should not be, for example, right? Some people want to do reminders in Ramadan and sit together and do reminders, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example, like some people have like a routine where it's like, we play football every day after Taraweeh, or after Taraweeh we chill in a cafe and we kind of, we've been fasting all day, so now we chill. Now I feel like that's all wrong, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, look, it's 30 days in a year, okay? I think that's 8% of the year. It's 8% of the year that is worth so much, and you just can't mess around whatsoever. You need to you need to give your family their right. You need to spend time with the family. You need to check up on your parents and this and that. But there's no need to hang around with friends and this kind of stuff that much really at all. So I don't feel bad about like saying no to that stuff. And I don't feel like I missed out if I didn't do that, because that's not the purpose of Ramadan, even business-wise. I mean, business-wise, it's an interesting one because I pretty much do similar work to the rest of the year, but because it's done in that time between Fajr and like a mid-morning, I just seem to get a similar amount done in less time, and so at least, I haven't found it burdensome in Ramadan. I think when I was doing more of like an agency service where we're working with organizations who wanted to either raise money or like do a crowdfunding campaign in Ramadan, it was more heavy. But now we don't really do that so much. So now it's like quite good. Like even the one thing that we kind of are obliged to do to our customers is do our coaching calls on Wednesdays, right? And alhamdulillah, we're able to tell them that, look, we're going to do it in Ramadan, but the last 10 days, if there's a Wednesday in those last 10 days, or the Wednesday that's in those last 10 days, we won't do it. And they're going to understand. And it's just like that one time where we don't do it. And yeah, so I just feel like that's the way now. Like, just focus all on trying to get to Jannah, man. Like,
yeah. No, I agree, bro. Yeah, I think it's hit me hard lately how fortunate we are to. I mean, we're not there yet, but how fortunate we are to come at least this close to Ramadan again, and to have another year to sort of try again and rectify ourselves once more.
yes.
I feel like I'm going for like maybe an early midlife crisis. I don't know what it is. I think honestly, I've realized, I mentioned it last episode, but I realized like I'm a lot older than I thought I was, and I've got a lot more responsibility than I had 10 years ago. And it's just like, oh, subhanAllah, almost 30, and it's like, how fortunate am I to be this far? And despite being practicing for the past 10 years, more or less, it's still, you still lull yourself into a false notion of, oh, next, I've still got next year, or I've still got next month or next week, just keep on pushing things back and delaying things. And, it's getting to that point now. It's like the things that we all highlight things that are important and we need to do them, whether that's like memorizing the Quran or perfecting our tajweed or doing more good deeds anyway in general, right? And it's like we always say we have time for that, but now it's just, I don't know, it's just, I get that feeling now that it's like, Allah knows best how long I have left, considering that people die all the time. People die a lot younger than you. People die in many different ways, and nothing's really promised. And I know that's like a broken record. We hear that all the time. But I don't know if it's just something to do with the age that's hit me hard. Same thing about health, bro. I've past 2, 3, maybe past month, actually. Past month, I've literally been non-stop, like running, cycling, long walks, anything to just get moving again, because I realized the past 4 or 5 years I've just been absolutely static. And it's way more, for some reason now, it's way more about, a lot of time we talk about weight loss and we talk about stuff like that, and it's kind of a bit like aesthetics, a bit like trying to fit into clothes a bit. Do you know what I mean? And maybe health, when you're a bit younger, health is kind of pushed to the back a bit. You're not really thinking about,
isn't it?
It's assumed, taken for granted. But now it's like, oh no, the reason why I've been so at it is because actually I've realized the detrimental amount of damage I've been doing to my health, that, I want to get fit before 30, where I can not have to deal with all these complications. A close friend of mine's a doctor, and like I speak to him every now and again, just for a few hours, and he just shares with me, like, we'll just be discussing stuff, and I'll just be like, oh, I've got this sort of pain or something, and he'll just tell me something I haven't realized, like drinking water, for example. I just take water for granted. I don't drink it at all, like literally zero. I have like one glass of water a day maybe, and I don't really think about it, and I've been like that for years. And he's just like, bro, your kidney is just going to give up one day. I was like, oh, I haven't felt any signs of that happening. And he's like, it doesn't need signs, it will just happen. Like you won't be ready for it, it will just happen, stuff like that, akhi. So really, I want to focus the next sort of 10 years on, not 10 years isn't a limit, but set that goal to just focus on ibadah, focus on my own health, and kind of I want to put all this other stuff to the background a bit, kind of like what we're talking about Ramadan, like the socializing, the too much connection, the online stuff. I kind of just want that to take a back seat. Not Mind Heist, because I love Mind Heist, but just feeling the need to just be in touch with everything and be connected all the time. And what do you think? What's your response, bro?
No, I mean, I think if I'm trying to think of another perspective, it's like, that's so hardcore, that's over the top, that's extreme, you're not going to last. But my thinking is, they could be right, whoever's thinking that. It could be too much, it could be, but it's like, I feel like I've got to do this. I've got to make it happen, bro. I've got to make it happen. Like, many years, right? I've been wanting to improve my Arabic, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't improved my Arabic. Like I haven't really worked on it. And I'm just thinking, okay, at this point, how do I guarantee that I will work on it? How can I guarantee that in another 5 years, I won't still be in the same situation, right? And that thinking like kind of helps you commit more to it and take bigger jumps. So for example, and obviously you've got to kind of know what you want to do in life in order to know what, like, for example, I feel like I've got 3 maximum areas I can focus on in my life, right? I'm talking about like as a thing I need to give focus time to. Okay. So like family wouldn't be included in that. Right. But, and so right now what I've got is I've got my business, I've got my, like the book and the masculinity stuff that I want to do. And I've got my studies, right? This course I've started. Alhamdulillah, I feel like Mind Heist is something very possible for me to I just roll with it. I just do it. And it's quite effortless. Alhamdulillah bil alameen. But this new thing, like the course, okay? So this course that I'm doing, I started it, I think it was 3 months ago. And it's a 4-year course, okay? And it's like intimidating. And it's like, how am I even going to keep going with this? Am I going to be consistent? Like, do I even want to be like talib al-ilm? Like, am I that into it? And I decided like, look, if I want to help young Muslim men, and a lot of my advice are going to come from Quran and Sunnah, then it will definitely be a big asset for me to understand what I'm talking about more and more and more, right? And in 7 years and stuff, I won't regret that. Obviously, you also seek knowledge for your own good, for yourself, for your fiqh of daily life and this and that, and to lead your family with the knowledge you have. And so I was like, look, yeah, like I'm gonna do it. Like, yes, I can quit if some huge big priority comes up, but why not? Like, you know, and this is going to tie into the Arabic that you want to do and this and that. So I've started that, and you know, because it's all in Arabic, it's like a little bit been sometimes a bit tricky, a bit intimidating, but I'm just doing it. And because I've committed to it like for years, for the 4-year thing, I just finished the first kind of semester. I passed the exam, alhamdulillah. And so I'm now starting the next one. It's kind of a thing which is, because I've committed to it, it's forcing me to have that thing in my life where I'm seeking knowledge. And I'm in touch with the Arabic language more and stuff. So I'll just bring that out because it's like a way where it's like these 3 things, I've committed to them, I'm doing them, I'm putting time into it around every day. And I suppose what helps me do that is because I kind of know what direction I want to go in the next like 7 years or whatever. But I don't know if you have that in it, like that direction, because you often talk about not already having it.
I think a lot of my goals are more internal, so it's like self-discipline, self sort of improvement, not necessarily any sort of
external manifestation.
Exactly. Like, you know, like I've realized lately, I don't know why, like the past few months I've grown like a bit of a temper, and I don't know why, and I want to change it. I don't know where that's come from, and I'm trying to sort of understand why I'm getting that. And you know, bad habits, eating habits, stuff like that, sleep habits, all this sort of stuff. And also, you know, my main sort of focus, I want it to be, is just the betterment of my family. And as much as we come on Mind Heist and we talk about family, and I do other stuff like Dad's Dunya or whatever, and speak about family and stuff, I still see myself as like absolutely awful at, you know, being a dad or being a parent or being a husband or whatever. And there's so many areas I want to improve on. And I have peaks and troughs, right? So same with anything really, but like I've just come out of like probably a trough, and I'm trying to basically climb back up that mountain and stay consistent for longer. But ideally what I want to happen is every time I'm going up that peak is to raise the bar, so that if I have a trough, it's not going as low as it has been.
But what's a trough look like when it comes to, you're talking about like parenting, right? So what's a trough?
Everything. It's everything.
Okay.
So everything in relation to me being a better, I know it's cringy, but a better version of myself, right?
Right.
You know, so it's like,
I feel like you wouldn't even be talking about this if it wasn't for like the new position and stuff. Right?
Yeah, a lot of changes, but it's like, I think what happens is when things get, and I've spoke about this before, when things get easy externally, we become very lax with everything, right? And I've realized when I was under a lot of work stress, I was closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I would treasure the time I have with my family more, despite being really tired and stuff. The times where I was awake, I'd be, I wouldn't take it for granted, right? But now, like, things have got relatively easier, I definitely take a lot more for granted. So, for example, one thing I realized I haven't done in a while, which I used to do daily, was like my morning and evening adhkar. So I spoke about that before, didn't I?
Yeah.
I spoke about how that literally just changed my life, and it was because it prepared me for the immediacy of stress that I knew was going to come. Okay, so like, okay, I have a shift that's coming. After Asr, I used to have a shift that started just after Asr. So I pray Asr, do my evening adhkar, ready for the day, and then similarly, for the morning shifts as well, I'd pray Fajr, I'd get ready for the day that way, and it'd just be adhkar all the way to work. Because I haven't got that anymore. I've realized I'm not doing that because I feel comfortable. I feel like there isn't no immediate threat or stress or danger heading my way to prepare me, right? And I really hate myself for that, to be honest, that I've allowed that to sort of fade away. And what I'm trying to remind myself is that ultimately anything can happen at any time. It doesn't have to be that I'm in some sort of perpetual, shift of imminent danger or whatever it is. It can just
requires more pushing yourself, though.
Yes, yeah. And which once again, my biggest issue that I've identified with myself is that I always rely on like external factors to push me to a certain direction or self-betterment or whatever it is. And it used to be like that years ago when I used to go like training in the gym, for example. A lot of people can't work out harder if they're not listening to something, right? So that when I remember when I started practicing and I wasn't listening to music anymore, I really struggled to get sort of in there. And then it was like lectures, right? You need to listen to some sort of inspirational heart softener to just get up and do something extra. And we always rely on these external things all the time, which is fine because I understand
it's normal,
that.
I think, yeah.
It's
not ideal, but it's normal, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, like, obviously human beings need reminding. We all we have our, once again, we have our ups and downs, don't we? But I hate having to rely on these things all the time, and I want to be able to just pick myself up and keep moving forward. But with Ramadan coming in a matter of days, last Ramadan, just to compare, was really special to me. I think the amount of charity that I engaged myself in, like just got involved with, generally was very new. I'd never done any like that amount before, and I never got involved to that extent or felt as passionately, as strongly about it. I think I exposed myself to a lot of the suffering that was going on around the world in preparation, and just anything that was going on, I was just sort of trying to get involved with it, kind of like fulfilling that tradition of the Prophet ﷺ, where like it doesn't decrease your wealth, right? So I kind of did a bit of an experiment with that, where I was just like, I'm just giving everything, like anything I have is going, and subhanAllah, the following few months I got involved in the stock market, didn't I? Alhamdulillah, I did very, very well that past year. So I was just thinking about that now. I was like, oh, maybe that's why, because I definitely gave more than I ever given before. And then and the following year I made it more than I'd ever have in, my life. And I was like, oh, subhanAllah, what should I do this year? Is that an investment I should think of?
Bull run. You're going to bring the whole stock market up with you, inshallah.
But you see what I mean? So it's like things like this. Are you still there, bro? Oh, there you are. You disappeared for a bit.
We swapped places on the stream.
That was weird. I think because is it still running? Okay, we're using new software this week.
Yeah, another one. You're frozen for me on the screen, and now I've moved to the right side.
Yeah, you've disappeared. Now you're on the right side, but I'm still moving on mine.
I can hear you at least.
Okay, well, hopefully it will keep going.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm having a bad time on all of this.
Well, maybe just at the bottom you could turn your camera off and turn it on.
Oh. No, that didn't do anything.
Anyway. Maybe it's just on my side, maybe.
We're just co-hosting, bro. Just taking turns.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've talked enough. What do you think? Where's your perspective with it all?
Or giving everything away.
Not just giving everything away, but like, have you had any? How old are you now, bro? If you mind sharing.
30.
Come on, don't be 30, yeah? How did you feel like coming up to your 30th? I was going to say 30th anniversary.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
How did you feel, bro?
How did I feel?
See, I'm 28. I'm
Yeah.
28 this summer.
Yeah.
So it's like hit me really hard. Like, oh my God. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, alhamdulillah, when I was 29, I was like, oh, 29 is nearly 30, right? And 30 is like some sort of milestone. I feel quite good, bro. I feel like, I do, bro. I said this, I think, when I was on Faisal's, I did some sort of live stream with Faisal on his channel, right? And I was like, I always make excuses for myself, and I frame things to make myself feel better, right?
Right.
So when it comes to being 30, I'm like, look, when I was 22, whatever, and I said, that's what you're going to do, I'll be over the moon, bro.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. I'll say I'll be over the moon. So, alhamdulillah, like Allah blessed me. And, you always can find plenty of places where you're like, wow, like you suck,
Yeah.
but come on, like I think that could be a correct perspective where you think, okay, if I was 22 and I knew that, I'd be happy. So you should be happy now. And I don't feel like I'm behind. Let's put it like that. I don't feel like I'm behind. So I feel alhamdulillah, pretty good. Obviously you can always look at other people. Like I have friends who had kids when they were like 21 and they've got like more kids than me, and their kids are like closer to them in age, and they start being able to do XYZ with their kids, and their kids like really well behaved. And I'm just like, you can always look at other things. Could be with what I know business wise, I feel like probably should be making more money, but it's you can look at people like below you or above you, and you can look at yourself being below you, like in the past, and just think, well, come on. Like if you don't know the ins and outs, like people don't know the ins and outs.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
But all I'm saying is, I think that's a good thing to think about is where you were 10 years ago or 5 years ago, where you are now,
Yeah, I suppose
Allah's generous, man.
That is the tradition to do, isn't it? To look at those that are not beneath you, but are less fortunate or less, have less or whatever it is. Yeah.
But what we do is we look at people like similar age to us, similar social class, and then we compare. And obviously, we don't compare about the full picture. Like some people are going to assume I'm making X amount of money, and some of you are going to assume I'm making Y amount of money, and who knows?
That rare
artwork 500, I might mention.
You got that rare artwork in the back. That's $1 million piece, bro.
Yeah, but this is Faisal's idea. So
is it?
I mean, what is written on it was from me, but he's like, look, just do black with white writing.
Oh wow, love it. Did you make that yourself? Canva,
baby.
Oh yes. All I've got is the Mind Heist, bro. That's what I'm ripping.
Yeah, you see, I wanted to put Mind Heist and stuff, but he's like, no, it's got to be black and white and grey only.
Boring. Well, you know what? May Allah bless me with a little office space. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
And, bro, you'll see all sorts, Sachi. I'll change it every week, bro. I have some like... Anyway, let's not go into it.
Bro, I just realized this is how they do it, right? But like if I sit like this, okay, and then if I... Oh, wait, I need to go. So now it's like I'm facing you, right? And you're facing me.
Oh, right.
No, I need to...
That's it. Whoa.
There.
Okay. There we go. Okay. See, I've got it to the side because if I have it up here, my screen is very flimsy. It's just about to fall over, and it hides all the mess, bro. That's it. Do you like this? It hides all the mess.
Yes.
Yeah? It's not that messy, all right? I don't want to make my wife upset, but sometimes the kids leave some toys and stuff, and I don't have too much time to prepare, and they're going to start thinking. I'm lazy, which I sometimes am. Speaking of lazy, bro, I wanted to talk about the Apple Watch.
Yes.
I'm getting messages now, bro.
Oh, no, that's the killer bit about it.
Oh, God. Well, what's going on? Okay, so I don't know why did I get one of these? Well, I'm historically one of those people that says this is a waste of money. used to tell me, "Oh, Apple Watch, what the hell? What's the point? Absolutely no point whatsoever." But then, what did I start doing? Started getting into all this sort of cardio and running around, exercise and stuff. And I downloaded something I had a long time ago, Strava. Ever heard of Strava? Some app that tracks your runs and tracks, it basically, what I started getting really interested in is the gamification of all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is what absolutely blew me away. So, first, I started doing runs, right, and walks and cycling or whatever, and it was like, oh, I realized like certain areas in my city are like recorded zones where you can compare your time with someone else, or like a leaderboard of locals. I was like, oh wow, and they started telling me, oh, this today you did it quicker than you did it last week or yesterday. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then it goes, oh, look what your friends are doing. I was like, oh, sweet, my friends eat. Okay, I'm going to give them a thumbs up. And then I realized like my cousin was really active all of a sudden. I didn't realize that he was doing all of this because we don't really talk too much. So, and I realized it said, oh, his heart rate was being monitored with an Apple Watch. Like it said that on there. I was like, oh, I'm really interested in this. So my wife had a Fitbit anyway. I think we got it for her a while ago. I charged that up and I thought, let me try using this for a bit. And it was like, oh, sweet. Started setting me goals of like 10,000 steps a day. This is how many calories you burn. This one didn't do heart rate, but I was so fascinated by the heart rate one that I was like, oh, I want to upgrade this and get the most out of it. And I realized like I didn't buy this full out. My contract for my phone has like an option to add a watch on. So I thought I'd try it out. Anyway, but yeah, bro, I'm literally using it all the time. So it's got
how long have you been running in general?
For about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
But when I say running, bro, it's like I'm not really running that well. Like I'm running and walking.
Yeah, obviously you get tired, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got the stamina. But like I want to go through some of the features. Not that I'm trying to make a sales pitch.
How much was the watch, by the way?
I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much it is on its own. It's just like it's added on to my phone contract for like an extra 10 or extra 20 quid or something a month. But because I'm so committed to using it, I thought it was going to be quite. So, what I like is all the integration, right? So obviously, I don't know if anyone who's got iPhone, you've got the health app. So it's got obviously sleep tracking. It's got steps. It's got heart rate. So, and then it's got all these other features that are like, if you take a big tumble, you could just it calls the ambulance for you or something automatically. It's got it's got some stuff that I don't really care about, like an ECG monitor and blood oxygen levels and stuff like that. But it's also got like a cardio fitness meter, where it's like it's logging it's a measurement of your VO2. VO squared or whatever. So I'm guessing
it's like your lung capacity or something.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, right now I'm low, but I'm not too like I'm near the medium, bro. I'm getting there. But it's like, as I can now see, it's like I can't really show you, but like,
does it give you the HRV as well?
I'm not sure.
Heart rate variability.
Oh, there is a lot of heart rate stuff elsewhere. Yeah,
because I think what I've heard is that's like a big one in terms of a metric to look at.
Yeah,
in terms of it's a big indicator for like overall health.
So like this is mine for the month. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
see that slowly. But can you see like it's like up and down, but it's kind of moving up.
Yeah, so the trend is up. Yeah, the trend is up. Yeah.
So that's sort of the stuff I'm really interested in, because now I'm like fascinated with this whole. Now that I can gamify it. Now the other feature, the main thing that I'm using all the time, which I just wanted to focus on, was the activity thing. There's this activity thing where you can easily tap and start workouts, but also it links up with all your friends, and you can compete with your friends how much you've moved today. It gives you points based on, and then every time your friend does something like a walk or a run or a workout, it pings up on your phone, so-and-so's just completed a workout. So literally, as I've been sat here today deliberately not doing any exercise because I kind of hurt my toe and I don't want to ruin it. But I'm getting like really annoyed because I'm like, oh, brother so-and-so has completed a workout, and I have to sort of reply sort of acknowledge that he's doing well. And same with all my other people that I'm competing with. And it's like, the gamification of it is actually transformed it, because now I feel like I'm playing a video game where I have to like just keep getting involved. And that's what's transformed it, because usually for the past God knows how long, I used to years ago have somebody I used to go to the gym with all the time and train with, and there was that gamification back then. But since he left, I haven't had anyone, and because of that, I've felt less motivated. But now, bro, it's like with this, I'm connected to people obviously all around the country, and probably could connect with people all around the world if they've got it. And just like trying to compete with them is like really driving me up the wall. Like I really want to get good, bro. But yeah, the tracking, all of that sort of monitoring, the tracking, and then included with that, I'm combining it with like calorie counting and, seeing how much I'm sort of burning each day, which I know isn't 100% accurate, and I'm not relying on that, but it's just nice. It's a nice metric to just look at, as an abstract for like how much you've put in a specific day. But yeah, bro, just that whole gamification of it is interesting. How competition can transform something that you're not so interested in into something that actually you want to perform well in.
I could definitely see that, man.
Has it interested you? Have you ever tried anything like that? Have you ever had like a tracker or like a Fitbit or whatever they call them?
I used to have, this was a while ago, I had an app on my phone which would track sleep.
Yep.
And I think it would just, you put it under the pillow and it knows how much you move right in the night.
Oh, right.
So that was like, I think that's like kind of like the old school way to do it now. So now it's more like heart rate based. I think the way iPhone does it is based on hearing your breathing. So you put the phone like next to you.
Oh, really?
I think that's how they do it now. Obviously the most accurate thing is heart rate. So I had that app, right? It was like one of those earlier kind of versions of what you can get now in terms of sleep tracking and stuff. So I had that. But I think that's about it. Never done like the heart rate thing. I mean, if you think about it, bro, the last 5 years or whatever, maybe more than that, I've not consistently been exercising at all. Right. So it's like, what am I going to measure?
Yeah.
I used to do the rock climbing. So that was pretty much it. And I didn't really track that. I guess I didn't take that too seriously as though it's like for health. It was more just a hobby. It had benefits health-wise, but yeah, man, not too much. I guess I was tracking a little bit like my the weight I was doing when I was going to the gym, but it's definitely been at least 3 years since I've been to the gym.
I remember back when you came down here. I remember we went to the gym together years ago. That must be so long ago now. Yes. I remember that.
Yeah.
God, just had a flashback. It's a bit of a blur, but I kind of vaguely remember it.
I remember. Well, I think, was that the first time I met you in person? Maybe, yeah.
Probably. Well,
I remember looking up at you and like, damn, you're tall.
I'm not that tall.
You're taller than me, like that much taller than me.
Fair enough.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
But bro, look, I'm not into running at all. Okay.
No.
I probably will not be getting an Apple Watch or anything like that. But this gamification, I can see that working for me for sure. Like I've seen how it can work just from doing stuff like Duolingo, right? Which is learning a language gamified. And I don't even have friends learning it as well. It was just through its own thing of keeping up the streak that I was like feeling it, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I had friends who were all like whatever, learning a language or running or whatever, and we were all like taking it quite seriously, I could see myself like, that keeping up, like being more consistent with it and pushing myself further because of it. 100%. And it's funny because if you were going to try and do that in person, right? So like we meet up and we run, then, someone's going to have an issue. They can't come. But this is virtual as though you're together. It's quite a big benefit actually of the virtual element to it.
It's transformed me a lot. Like, my wife's a big fan because like historically I would,
because hopefully the belly's going to go.
Not just that, inshallah, but also like I would historically be like, if it's a weekend or it's my day off or something, I don't want to do anything. I'd just be sitting at home, and I didn't like going out at all, to be honest. But But now it's like, oh, so and so's just completed a workout, and I literally drag my wife out to go out for like an hour walk somewhere, just so it says I've done something, just to put some points towards it.
Yeah.
But that's what happened the other day. I think I went out walking with some bad shoes. They weren't necessarily my like running shoes or whatever, and I've just really hurt my toe, like sprained it or something. So, and I've got a fitness test I've got a fitness test for work on the first day of Ramadan. So it's like, I don't want to overdo it on my toe and then fail this test. But once again, it's like, well, I'm getting tested like once a year for work. I should be flipping ready all the time, And once again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Fit till 4:30, bro. I have let it go for a long time, and I need to reclaim my prime. I'm somewhere lost in the abyss of my past. But here we go.
This is one of the things that like I was saying, like just signed up for like a 4-year course, and that will hopefully keep me doing some form of learning regularly. What's the exercise version of that? It's like it really truly it's like getting a PT, right? That would be it. PTs can be expensive, but that kind of guarantees it. Especially if you could do something crazy like you sign a contract that you're going to stick with them for a year. It's like you can't get out.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
You know what? You got me thinking now. Maybe I should invest in something like that, because I think that'd be pretty cool.
But you could even do like how much do PTs charge? Like a lot, right? Like I don't know. Is it £50 an hour, or is it less than that?
You know what? We're paying for things all the time, and what I try and do is when I got this, for example, I had a look at other things that I'm paying for and got rid of them. So it's like a give and take thing, and there's always like an equilibrium that I want to sort of reach. But yeah,
I'm trying to like lower the barrier for people, right? So if people are saying, look, PT costs £50 an hour and I want to do 3 sessions a week, that's £150 a week, right? But what if you had a hybrid where you don't have a PT where they're going to come and train with you, but you have somebody who's monitoring your own exercise that you do on your own?
Yeah.
So they don't have to be there with you, but they're monitoring, are you doing it or not? That could be some hybrid, which would be cheaper, for example.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of sort of online things like that where you're part of like an inside group, and you're. But definitely, bro, the gamification of it is, it kind of reminds me in a weird way of like how the Sahaba used to sort of compete in terms of deeds and in terms of charity and.
سابقون الأولون. Yeah.
Exactly, bro, and that's that competition element is actually quite interesting, because without it, you are very lax and you don't really. It goes back to what we were saying earlier. That's a kind of healthy external motivation that I like. I don't like I said before, a lot of external sort of influencing, but actually that does appeal to me a lot. And
I think the thing is, bro, imagine like you weren't that into running and being healthier in the first place, the pressure would not help you. You'd quit, right? You'd quit. But it's like you want to be that guy. You want to be doing it, and this just pushes you when you're, lacking in the thing.
Yeah.
So it's you'll still have some level of internal motivation, and you know what? This is a good thing to mention because I came across it, I think last week. Did you come across this Quranly thing?
No, what is it?
Okay, so it's an app. And the face of it, at least, is Isa. Isa from Aira.
Oh yeah. I may have. Yeah. Was he doing the advert?
Yes, and I think Faisal promoted it. Yeah, as well.
Yeah, that did reach its way to my screens. Yeah. The marketing is working there.
Bro, the video is excellent. That's why it gets there. Yeah. So this Quranly, it's basically, as far as I know, it might just be reading Quran regularly, but gamified. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
So I don't know how far they took it in terms of do your friends get pinged and this and that. But I was thinking, imagine that for Quran.
Yeah, bro. Oh, bro, that'd get me. I'd be Hafiz soon enough, bro.
Bro, there's a business for you.
Yeah, bro. Bro, I'm not about a business life, but come on, somebody can make that. Somebody did email us actually about business. Should we address that now that you've said that? Somebody emailed us quickly.
Wait, was that the sponsorship thing?
No.
Oh,
somebody asked a question.
Okay.
Where is it? Let me bring it up.
Yeah, it was quite a simple one, I think.
Yeah, you just reminded me. Here we go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. How are you brothers doing? I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Amin?
Oh, alhamdulillah, great.
Alhamdulillah. I just want to ask, what can I learn, or where can I learn? Where can I start learning about business and starting a business? And also, what is marketing all about? That's a big question at the end. What is marketing all about? What is marketing all about, bro?
I memorized this, bro. I already memorized this.
MashaAllah.
Well, what I say, marketing is communicating the value of something to the right people.
There you go.
So
like this Quranly thing reached me, bro. You know, I didn't go looking for it. It found me because they've targeted their sort of advertising to people like me.
Well, because the right people, the people that would be interested in that, the value of the Quranly app was communicated clearly enough that they could see the value in it, right? And therefore they, I don't know, shared it with you or whatever. So that's it. It's quite simple. It's just clear communication of value to the right people. That's what marketing is. Whether that is, and this is the interesting thing, bro, is that marketing, and that's why I love being in marketing, because marketing is everything. Marketing is marketing products, services, ideas, right? So including dawah is a form of marketing. You know, if you know what I mean, it's, think about it. Dawah, calling people to Islam, it's clearly communicating the value, or meaning the truth of Islam. Of the product of Islam, right? And then it's like ideas. So like whatever feminism, this LGBT agenda, they all marketing, right? Marketing. So you know, so if you want to market a product to make money, or you want to market a product to improve people's lives, or you want to market an idea or a concept or a deen, then marketing is very valuable. That's why I love it as a kind of something that trying to get better at year on, right? So that's what marketing is. How do you learn how to start business? I mean, go to muslimceo.com, innit?
Hey, got the plug. You know what?
You know what, bro? I never mentioned Muslim CEO that clearly on the podcast, which is strange because maybe I feel like the audience maybe is not that.
You've never said what you do for a living, bro. Never said who you work for.
No, I do, bro.
I do marketing. I market things. You know, I got a $1 million art piece behind me. I market things. I'm making money.
Bro, that's an NFT, bro. It's like been photoshopped into the thing.
Bro, you reminded me, bro. I got an NFT up there somewhere.
Yeah, we didn't discuss NFTs yet.
Somebody asked me to, and then they spoke to me about, oh, do you know the environmental implications? And I was like, what? What do you mean? It's like, subhanAllah, I didn't know anything about it. You know what? The only reason I made an NFT is because Faisal sent me an email. Not an email. He messaged me. Like, I woke up one morning and I had a WhatsApp from Faisal, and it said something like, you need to make an NFT, your art would really suit it, blah blah blah, it could be life-changing. And I was like, all right. So I literally spent half an hour. I uploaded something. I was like, Faisal, I've done it. All right, goodbye. That was it. That was it. Bro, but it's all, it's very complicated. But I don't want to disregard. Yeah, go to Muslim CEO. Let's go. Here we go. MuslimCEO.com. I like doing this on the computer. I can look at things. Should we share screen? Can I share screen?
Maybe.
Oh, boom. Share screen application. What? This one. Share. Oh, can you see now? Can you see what I'm looking at?
Oh, wait, yeah, let me turn it on. Okay. Oh, there, look, we're at the bottom.
Wow, look at this.
What if we do this? What happens?
This is technology, bro.
Okay. No,
so I can share a particular tab, right? So this is MuslimCEO.com, right?
Oh, we want this. Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
okay,
I'm just playing with the setup. Yeah.
There we go. MashaAllah. So we've got helping Muslim founders, CEOs, and leaders generate more income and more impact. And look at this free training. God, I love free stuff. I hope you love free stuff too. And
by the way, the guy on the page is not me.
I know that. He's been on the podcast before, hasn't he?
Yeah, twice, I think. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, look at all these people they've worked with. Whoa, what's that? Is that Mind Heist? Oh my God, we're famous.
Yes.
Why are we? We should be over here, bro. We should be first. Okay, just gonna say that. No, I'm joking. But yeah, this is brilliant. This is good, and this is the sort of work they're doing. Okay, and they help and they coach and they listen. Just send them. Maybe start this free training and see where
See
you're
if
going to go.
you
You've got
trust
nothing
us.
to lose. You know. Oh, look at all these people! Look at that influencer popularity. Mashallah, mashallah.
Yeah.
Mashallah. This needs updating because that says 2020. We're in a new year now. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that.
Oh, there's no blog. Oh, ruined it. Okay, let's stop sharing now.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. The blog's down actually for some
Oh,
reason.
and look, should we look at NFTs while we're here?
Go on.
You know what? I can't be held accountable for what comes up here. So, how do I don't know how
But
to
remember,
log in.
the audio only people can't see.
Yeah.
So we have to.
Okay.
Bring it up, Jamie. Bring it up.
Okay. Sorry about this. I can't log in on the thing because I have to do it on my phone because it's all like connected with
Yes.
wallets and stuff.
Yes.
Sorry, let me close that and let's go back to the pod. There we go. Wow, that's a brilliant feature. We should use that more often, and it will influence people to listen to us on YouTube more.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oh, mashallah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, but
like
so
that.
he's wait, just to get over this question. So he's saying, how do you start business? You know what? This is it. Obviously, go to Muslim CEO, the free training, help you, this and that, right? But also, I did a podcast not that long ago with Faisal on Freshly Grounded, and we pretty much all talked about was business, I think. So
yeah,
that could be one to go to as well.
Yeah, there you go. But ultimately, to break it down, it's kind of like what we were speaking about earlier. You're finding solutions to problems that people haven't necessarily identified yet, isn't it? And that's that's the ultimate sort of business model.
Yeah.
Someone who has a problem, you're going to offer a solution, and you're going to charge a premium for that solution because the problem
if it's worth a premium.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And then you're going to hit up Amin to market it for you so that more people hear about your solution. MashaAllah. But it's almost Maghrib here, bro. So we're going to have to. You know what?
We've only been live for 48 minutes.
Have we? Oh,
That's
maybe because we spent ages messing about.
Spent a few minutes, yeah.
Oh.
Let's end with something to do with Ramadan. We didn't even get to the basics, bro. Is the Taraweeh for you this Ramadan in the masjid?
I have no idea. This is what I was thinking about. I haven't spoken to anyone in the masjid about it. Usually we get like a group WhatsApp that goes around, but I haven't had anything yet.
Not a good sign.
I know. I'm sure it would be. I'm sure it will be because things start relaxing on the 12th, don't they? For us, at least, certain things like gyms are opening up again on the 12th, and a lot of other stuff. So I'm assuming, if gyms are opening up, then surely we can go.
If only it was that logical.
Well, I mean, the masajid are open anyway for Jumu'ah and normal prayers. It's just
really? Okay.
Yeah, you can't just hang around in there. You can't sit in there. That's kind of the best thing about the masjid. I mean, ultimately, yeah, you're praying is the best thing in the masjid. But the extra bonus is just being able to sit and read the Quran there, and like all of our books in our local masjid, all of the bookshelves and the Qurans are all sealed off. Nobody can take them. So it's like it's just missing, isn't it? There's a lot missing. So I really want to just have those days now where I can just go to the masjid and sit there all day, akhi. And
now you got this new timetable, bro. It's all different.
Well, inshallah.
Bro, you changed just in time. You're like, Ramadan's coming, inshallah, you can have a different kind of Ramadan.
Habib, honestly, this is the blessing, bro. Wallahi al-azim, biggest blessing. Don't want to take it for granted. This is why I want to make the most of it, bro, because I might not get a chance like this next year.
Yeah. With me, bro, I think they called off Taraweeh here like last week.
Oh.
They were going to do it, but then they called it off. And I was thinking, I'm in a bit of a different area. Sometimes people do, they kind of, bro, the police don't even come around here. Like, they don't really care about restrictions over here. So I thought maybe they do a cheeky Taraweeh, but we'll see. I doubt it, I suppose. So I guess I'll be doing it at home, and I quite liked that last year. And so that'll be my thing again this year.
Yeah, definitely.
And I still need to plan my Ramadan, and I usually do this live stream thing where I'll do it. So I'll probably do that, I guess. Hopefully, it won't be Ramadan on Monday. It'll be on Tuesday. And therefore, I'll do the live stream on Monday where we will like plan a Ramadan together. So anyone interested in that, then go to Sarah Masters on YouTube, and I'll probably do it from there just as YouTube live. What was I going to say? Yeah, I still need to plan it, but I'm doing this kind of course anyway, so I'm going to have to be doing that. Then we've got the Taraweeh, we've got the Quran, the usual Quran. We've got our work. Gonna probably trying to do some heavy lifting on the book, because now alhamdulillah, finally, like some progress has been made in terms of the Islamic content of it being checked. So we can move forward maybe more with the editing now. So try and do some heavy lifting on that, and then
we could do the audiobook version where I do the reading, I narrate it. So welcome to, I remember what it's called. Welcome to the Muslim.
I didn't finalize the title, but now I have.
Welcome to How to Be a Muslim Man, narrated by Mohammed Rizki.
Mohammed. Yes. Wait, let me share the. This is give you an exclusive, yeah. Exclusive. So remember, I asked you which title you think is best. And then I went with one of those two. So where was it I asked you? Oh wow, we messaged a lot recently. That's interesting.
You what? Oh, me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk because when we have technical difficulties, we talk a lot. Guys, let us know if you want me to read the audio version of this upcoming book. Okay, you've listened to 110 episodes of us talking. I'm sure you could listen.
Whose voice is better? Vote.
Oh, actually, yeah, you wrote the book, isn't it? I'm just used to authors getting other people to do it. But actually, if you want to do it, that's fine. I understand. Okay, it's your book, your project.
Yeah, I just need to think that if I need that southern accent or that what kind of accent. So the title, I really doubt it's going to change from now. So I'll just read it. So the title is The Shepherd's Way: A Muslim Man's Guide to Escaping the Comfort Trap, Attracting the Ideal Wife, and Reclaiming His Purpose in the World.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar.
Wait, let me see if that was the one that you told me to go for. Let me see. You said first one, yeah. So that was the one.
That's
of
it.
Course.
So, of course. What royalties do I get for making that choice for you? This is how you do business.
Communicate the value, bro.
Hey, the value is the title, bro. You've clearly identified that my suggestion was a valuable one. See that? Okay, we'll have this discussion off screen, shall we?
Yeah, man. So I guess we've got a few episodes to do inside of Ramadan, so we could talk further about it then. But it seems like health is going to be one for you, like a bit of a continue the health efforts, right?
Oh, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, bro. Before I end up with some next condition that I didn't know about. He was talking to me about like all sorts of conditions, bro. Kidney failure and like gallstones, and I started Googling all this stuff. I was like, no, it's not for me.
Yeah, that's all to do with drinking. I think I said this last year and then I didn't do it, which is taking dehydration sachets during sahur.
All right.
Should help you stay hydrated, right? Because you know that drowsiness, headache stuff.
Yeah.
It's, as far as I know, it's purely from dehydration. So if you cannot get dehydrated, then you know that you won't get that. Okay, you still be a bit lethargic, whatever. Because if you don't have those mad headaches and stuff, you can push yourself through more, I think.
A lot of people have that through not being able to have a coffee because they have coffee too much, or coffee every day, and then it's like a caffeine sort of thing.
That could be me. But you know, I found the last 2-3 years, I found the hack is you have suhoor, you have coffee with the suhoor, and then you do not sleep. You work in that period, that block there, or whatever it is, whether you have work, you don't have work, but you get serious stuff done after suhoor. You pray your fajr, maybe you read the Quran, and you do some solid stuff then. That's the barakah time. That's the early hours. That's good. And you've just eaten, so you've got energy. So that's the best time. You know, like if you're trying to do stuff between Asr and Maghrib, like, I don't know how much is getting done in that time. Really.
No. Well, if you're flexible enough, then take advantage of it, bi'idhnillah.
Yes.
Otherwise, speak to the boss and say, listen, it's a Ramadazi. I need to take it easy.
I was thinking about, this whole remote work thing, like a lot of people are doing it, it seems it's great.
Bro.
Productivity goes up when people work remotely. So what do you think?
I hope it lasts forever, Akhi. This should be the future. Less skyscrapers and office buildings, bro. More parks and recreation. That's what I'm talking about.
Repurpose all the office space into playgrounds and hobby shops and little markets and
exactly.
Yeah.
And pay some of our internet bills, okay? Because
Yeah.
I'm paying internet and then they're using it. What's that about? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just what I'm thinking. Internet for everybody. Starlink 2022. What? I had a look at that actually. I was interested. I was like, I want Starlink.
That's for when you move to Tunisia.
Bro, that's when I moved to the desert, Akhi.
Yeah.
Moved to the desert. I got 4G, 5G. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, let's leave it here because it's Maghrib time. Unfortunately, unlike you, I don't have an adhan playing anywhere here. The masjid is miles away. But I'm not about to do the adhan for Mind Heist listeners, no. That's something that you can get on our Patreon when we open it.
Yeah.
Mind Heist Patreon. Could you imagine? We should do Mind Heist Patreon, bro, and it's just vlogs. It's just a day in the life. I had somebody message me, brother message me who listens to Mind Heist. He got my number through the sort of stock group that I had, and he was just talking about like how he's listened to us for so long, and like he just feels like we're like one of his mates, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I feel that way about other people I listen to, but I never really thought about that, us being that for other people, right? So he's like, oh, subhanallah, that's crazy. Maybe people would be interested in my day-to-day vlogs on a Patreon. But we'll have to communicate the value of that.
Yeah, that's true. Good one.
Okay.
Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Always remember, guys. Wait, let me point at it there. Kullukum ra'in.
Oh, mashallah.